how do we prevent this to begin with? So the owner of that little hand, I think we would all agree we would want that little hand to be emerging from that uterus with an unharmed, intact brain, so that they do not face the life ahead of them that Dr. Riley described with their deficits. Now this is interesting. Paul found these quotes, and didn't Dr. Riley show us these quotes as well? And the last one, when Dr. Russell showed this to me, the last one, behold, thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and now drink no wine or strong drinks. My reaction was, you're kidding. They knew that back then, and we're having trouble, struggling to understand this now. From the Center for Disease Control, the MWR publication in 2004, the rate of alcohol use in pregnant women, that particular study identified 10.1%. The rate of binge drinking during pregnancy, defined as 5 or more drinks on one occasion, 2%. Rate of frequent alcohol intake during pregnancy, defined as 7 or more drinks in a week, 2%. So this tool is called the 4Ps Plus tool, a prenatal screening tool that allows for the identification of pregnant women at highest risk for substance use in pregnancy. What is it? Many of you who work in the ambulatory care system in Ventura are familiar with it. So the first question is just, did either of your parents have any problem with drugs or alcohol? This is intended to be asked to the woman while you're taking her prenatal history. It's just part of the questions. Does your partner have any problem with drugs or alcohol? Is your partner's temper ever a problem for you? Screening for domestic violence and certainly substance use in the partner. In the past, have you ever drunk wine, beer, or liquor? You're starting to get to the meat of the questions. So, in the month before you knew you were pregnant, how many cigarettes did you smoke? In the month before you knew you were pregnant, how much wine, beer, and liquor did you drink? Those are sensitive questions that predict that that woman who answers yes to either of them is at high risk for use of a harmful substance during pregnancy. There are many screening tools. The TASTE tool, which is tolerance, questions that look at tolerance, annoyance, cutting down, and eye-opener need questions. He compared that particular screening tool, the 4Ps Plus. 4Ps Plus is perhaps ultra-sensitive, but you'll notice when the TASTE was negative, the 4Ps Plus was still positive 42% at the time. These are his results on 26,000 people that were screened. So prior to knowledge, this is in 26,000 people that were screened, 25% overall were using something in the month before they knew they were pregnant, and then after they knew they were pregnant, it fell to about half. Not zero, like you would hope, but half. We've implemented the screening. We start to get better at it. It becomes more universal. It becomes, not just 68% of the pregnant women are being screened, but we're getting close to 95% of the pregnant women are being screened. We get a public health nurse that's dedicated part-time to the constant education and monitoring of the fledgling efforts in these ambulatory clinics. It took us, how many years to figure out that we really needed a staff person, and preferably a public health nurse, dedicated to this process, to continually re-educate the people in the clinics as to how important this was. In the 7 years since the idea was born in Chicago, approximately 20,000 babies have been born at VCMC. Approximately 10% have been exposed to harmful drugs prenatally. We haven't screened anywhere close to the 20,000. And the process has been painfully slow, as you can see, to develop this. And why is that? We've encountered many barriers. One of them was some physicians not buying into the importance of it. There wasn't any system of getting new people into the system and buying into how important it was. Certainly acceptance of change can be difficult, it can be slow.